Good morning, dear students. We have studied about the methods of training. There are different types of or the different methods of training. That is on-the-job training as well as the off-the-job training. Now, next topic that we have to study is about the employee development. So, the meaning of the employee development. Let us see first. The employee development means to improve the overall effectiveness of the employee at their current post and to prepare them for handling more responsibility in future. So the employee development means to improve the overall effectiveness of the employees. Okay, so overall effectiveness of the employees are developed. So this is called as the employee development. Okay, so the development means that the overall development, overall improvement of the effectiveness of the employees. Okay, and at their current post and to prepare them for handling more responsibility in future. In other words, the objective of human resource development in an organization is to prepare those types of managers who not only perform well in the present but also are able to handle more responsibility at a higher post in the future. So this one we can say that this is a future oriented process. Okay, so if at present the employees are working, so by giving the development we are making them capable of handling more responsibilities in the future. Now they are handling some responsibilities, and now they while giving the employee development they are motivated or they are prepared for handling more responsibilities in the future. Okay, so overall all the talents or especially the hidden talents of the employees are found out and developed. So such a way this activity is done. In human resource development, more emphasis is laid on future than on the present. That is why it is called a future-oriented process. Through human resource development, reasoning ability is developed among the managers so that they can easily understand the relation between the cause and effect and take effective decisions. So here reasoning abilities of the employees are developed. So making them prepare about the receiving more amount of post and making them ready for taking decision makings. Okay, so reasoning is required for a cause effect relationship they have to understand for taking more decisions. So it will help them. So by giving the employee development, the employees will be capable of handling more responsibilities in the future, and they will be able to handle more decisions, more decision makings, and faster and effective decision makings will be possible for the employees. So this is the meaning of the employee development. Now let us discuss. There are some features of the employee development. Let us see what are the different features. Main features of employment development are as follows. Related to managers. So this one is related to managers. The employee development is given not for the non-managerial employees but only for the managerial employees. So the training is normally given for the non-managerial employees. Okay, so lower level managers or non-managerial employees are there, laborers are there. So for them the training is given. But for employees mostly the development process is done. Okay, so this is more related to the managers and more focused on future. So the training is mostly focused on the present. At present, the people are able to how the people will be able to make more products. So productivity is the main target of the training. But we can say that making them eligible for future. The focus is on future. Emphasis on all-round development. So when training is given, it is only a particular skill, like a particular activity is concentrated. But here it is not like that. When development is there, so it is all-round development. Every aspects of a person is developed. Like he maybe his own personal relations or personal activities and his skills related or knowledge related all the type of things are concerned in this one. So overall development of a person is focused on the development. More emphasis on education than on training. So here they are not giving much amount of training, but they are giving education. More education is given. See, like it is more related to the off-the-job training methods are there, and not just giving them a training, particularly giving about it. Like when the training is given, it is not that they are not given the theoretical portion, or theoretical knowledge is not provided. See here, used to develop the hidden talents. So some of the hidden talents of the employees are there. So whichever abilities that was hidden in the employees, so those activities are given more concentration. Okay, so it is used to improve the hidden talents of the employees, and to train employees for accepting challenging jobs. So there will be some kind of complicated or challenging jobs will be there. So this is more focus is given to the employees for accepting these type of challenging jobs. Okay, so if any kind of problems are there, any kind of complicated situation, risky situations are there, in order to face these kinds of problems and accepting these challenging jobs, the people or the employees will be made capable. So that is the purpose of the employee development. And off-the-job training methods are used. Mostly on-the-job training methods are not used. Off-the-job training methods are used. And when off-the-job training methods are used, more education is given rather than training. More emphasis on reasoning ability, critical evaluation. So the more purpose or they are focusing mainly on the reasoning ability and critical evaluation. All these type of activities are more focused. Okay, so that are the features of employee development. Next topic that we have to study is about the need for employee development. Why the employee development is required? The need for employee development is mainly for the following reason: to make the managers able to handle more responsibilities. So it is helpful for the managers to receive or take more responsibilities. So make the employees more responsible. That is the main purpose of the main need of the employee development. To prepare ways of promotion for the managers. So this is another important need of employee development, is that making them capable for handling more responsibilities and making them see like there should be chances are provided for making promotion. So if an employee is working in a lower level, and if he is having more talents, if his abilities are improved, then he will be able to promote to the middle level and even to the higher levels. To generate the ability in the managers for establishing relation between cause and effect. So the cause-effect relationship they will be able to understand more, and they will be able to work on it, and they will be able to study the cause-effect relationship. So if they understand the cause-effect relationship, it will be helpful for them to make better decisions. Better decision making is possible. Create ability in the managers for taking effective decisions. So such a way the ability of the managers will be improved for making decisions. So they will be able to make a effective decision. To improve work performance of the organization. So such a way, if all employees are developed, then normally the work level of work of the organization or the performance of the organization will be automatically increasing. All the employees are given training, all the managers are given development opportunities, then the overall work performance of the organization will be improving. To increase the market value of managers. So as we have already studied, the trained employees are having more market value. Such a way the employees, when they are capable of giving development opportunities, then the market value of the employees will be increasing. They will have a more market value, and they will be able to get better jobs in the market or even outside the organization. Next, one more topic we have to study, that is about the difference between training and development. So let us see, there is a column given there, you can just go through it. The first one is about the meaning. The meaning of training is to increase both knowledge and skill. So the main meaning of training is to increase the knowledge and skill of the employees. But whereas the development, it is the learning process. So just giving learning process, not only just giving a knowledge and skill, but it is a learning process. So entire overall development, overall learning will be there. And purpose. The second topic is about the purpose. Its purpose is to develop a special skill related to job. So training, purpose of training is to give special skill or any particular task or any particular job. So training is given for a particular task, whereas the purpose of development is to develop total personality of a person. Entire personality of the person will be developed. So that is the purpose of the development. Next, job or career. So training is a job oriented process, whereas the development is a career oriented person. So in training, only the focus is given on the job. It will be helpful only for the development of the job, but whereas the development is a career oriented process. So the improving the career is the main focus of the development. And scope. The scope of the training is limited. It is just a subset of development. Scope of learning is less in training. So the scope of the training is very much limited. Only a particular area the training is given, and it is a part of the development. Okay, so you cannot say that it is a wide area. It is just a part of the development. And the scope of development is broad. Training is just a subset of it. So the development, its scope is very much wider, and the training is just a part of it, just a subset of it. Okay. And nature, it is related to work. Training is related to work, whereas the scope of training is wider. It is related to person. So the overall development of the person is the purpose or the scope of the or nature of the development. So these are the main points of differences between the training and development. So in this chapter, we are going to wind up the chapter. So this is the end of the chapter. This was a very big chapter. We studied many things about staffing, or how the staffing is there, and recruitment, different recruitment process, methods of recruitments, and we studied about selection processes. So many type of things we have studied, and most of these things are very much important in our life too. So most of the things that we have studied is can be useful in our own future, like when you are going for an interview, how to focus on that or how to prepare that. And if you become a manager in the future, all these type of things are going to be beneficial. So you have to study this chapter in seriously, and this is a very much important chapter. Many questions are asked from this chapter, so you have to study this chapter in a serious manner. Okay, that is enough. Thank you so much.